What is going on, Pain Peeps, and welcome back to another episode of my Manchester United career on FIFA 14. And keep smashing that like button for this FIFA 14 series with Manchester United. The more you like the videos, the more I upload them for you guys to watch, and maybe add them to your favourites as well. Helps me out a lot. That'd be very awesome of you guys. Anyway, let's get down to business. The first fixture of this video was Manchester United versus Everton to be played at Old Trafford in the BPL. As we all know, Everton, the challenge has changed with them. They brought new players over the summer as well as every other team in the Premier League, and they're also under new management. They've got Roberto Martinez, who is a great leader. He's been doing great stuff with them in real life, but not so good in my career mode. Everton find themselves at the moment in that horrible relegation zone. So in this game against my United side, they was going to be putting up one hell of a challenge. They want to get out of that and be challenging for European football, at least for next season. This fixture though wasn't my best performance ever on FIFA 14 so far. It was terrible. Everton, they took me to school. And I just wasn't expecting that. I was caught off guard, and when that happens, bad things happen too. And as you will see in some of these highlights, I was stringing together some nice passes. The pace of the match was just perfect. It was spot on, and there was no excuse not to go and grab a goal against Everton. And just looking at the highlights there, when I crossed in the ball, I know some of you guys are a bit hesitant towards me crossing in the ball from the flanks, but that's just me. That's the way I play FIFA. I would rather take the ball down the flanks than actually through the centre, because you're more likely to lose the ball, I think, because you've got to put up with the midfield, you've got to put up with the defence as well, especially if the opposition is a zonal marking team where they're marking, you know, the central mid, they're marking central defence. It just becomes increasingly harder, because then you have to put up with 4 players instead of maybe just 2 down the wing. Anyway, as you just saw, Everton were the team to open up the goal scoring in this fixture at Old Trafford. Steven Pienaar getting himself on the score sheet in the 28th minute. Magnificent football from Everton, catching me off guard, ripping my defence a new one, and now I have my work cut out. If I wanted to at least get back into this game, get the equaliser, maybe even pick up those 3 points to walk away with. And as you just saw there, it was a great attacking movement from United, but Michael Carrick just wasn't fast enough as Phil Jagielka came in and stole the ball out of his possession. We all know that Michael Carrick, he is a great playmaker in that central mid role. He can feed the ball to the likes of Van Persie and Rooney without a sweat, but I'm thinking maybe when the transfer window reopens in January or in the summer, I'm thinking of replacing him, because the sort of player I'm looking for at United is a player that not only is a great playmaker, but is someone that has the pace as well for when it comes down to a situation like that, as you just saw between Michael Carrick and Phil Jagielka. I also want that player to have great strength. I mean, if it comes down to a situation like that, I want the player to win the ball, push the defender away and continue on with his attack. Someone like Wayne Rooney, he's got great strength which he uses to his advantage throughout games. He's also got good pace, and he's a great playmaker when he needs to be. So I will probably be turning to my scouts, see if I can try and find a player like that. It's probably asking for a bit too much, but guys, be sure to leave your suggestions in the comment section below. It does help me out a lot as well if my scouts can't seem to find a player like that. But in this game, as you saw, I did draw level, got back into this game, but Seamus Coleman for Everton made it 2-1. Great cross into the box and a great half volley from Coleman, who is actually a right back. What was he doing in the box for Everton? But he got the winner, and once the ball hit the back of the net, it seemed as though my team's morale just went out the window. It hit rock bottom, and that was it, the end of the game, and Everton walk away with the 3 points. But as we move on, I did get another international management offer, but this time it was for Northern Ireland. I was going to reject that anyway, simply because I want to continue concentrating on Manchester United. And also, Anderson has returned back to the Manchester United team after that 1-match ban which he picked up against Liverpool in my previous video. So I decided to start Anderson for this game because I felt he was poorly treated in that game against Liverpool, being sent off after what wasn't a challenge at all. He didn't even touch Suarez. So he started this one against Newcastle, and you'll also notice that Hernandez starts up front instead of Robin Van Persie. And also the hot young prospect of Januzaj starting on that left wing for United. Ashley Young also out. He wasn't looking too fit for this game against Newcastle. So I thought, why not? Every time that I have started Januzaj, he's always put in a great performance. So I thought, why not? Let's put him in the team. And also he's going to be wanting to put in those good performances because he wants to be getting picked by myself. He wants to be starting for Manchester United even at the young age of 18. Look at this for a header as well from Hernandez. I thought I put loads of power behind it. I thought it was going to go way over and it was going to be a goal kick, but the ball started to dip and I was like, oh my god, it's going to go in. It's going to be 1-0 here to United. And I think Krul as well thought, even though he's AI, I think he was worrying a bit, wiping the sweat from his brow after that attack, after that corner from Cleverley. But Gutierrez, totally unchallenged, found Kabay, and he knocked that one past De Gea. De Gea just stood there, totally bewildered, didn't know what had happened. The ball just went in the back of the net so quickly. The ball just rocketed off the post and went in. 1-0 to Newcastle, and it is becoming very embarrassing now. 15 minutes into the game, my United team should be doing better than this. And it was becoming very reminiscent of that fixture we've just played against Everton. But as soon as we kick off, look at Valencia, full of pace, finds Hernandez. Hernandez can see Januzaj making the run off the ball. And the hot prospect, Januzaj, made it 1-1 to Manchester United just a couple of minutes after Kabay scored that screamer up the other end of the pitch. What a great goal. And great finish, and I was so happy that I did start Januzaj for this game because I'm not sure whether or not someone like Nani or Ashley Young would have made it 1-1. Maybe fate would have been differently, maybe the ball would have fell differently. I'm not too sure, who knows, but it was 1-1 anyway. Old Trafford started to come alive. Was there another goal on the horizon? Hernandez was picked out perfectly, powers Williamson off the ball and pushes that one past Krul, making it 2-1 to Manchester United, and that is the same situation as I was just talking about earlier in that game against Everton, where Michael Carrick was one-on-one with Jagielka fighting for the ball. But for some reason it seems as though Hernandez has more strength than Carrick, even though Carrick has a bigger build than Hernandez. I think what I'm going to do after I've completed this commentary and rendered the video and uploaded to YouTube, I'm going to go and look at the stats, compare both Hernandez and Carrick, see who has the better strength. It's going to be very interesting to see. Before half time, Newcastle started to look dangerous. I thought there was going to be room for one more attack from my United side, but Debuchy comes in, takes the ball. That was the end of the first half. In the second half, I wanted to go for one more goal and just wrap up this game, be nice and comfortable. And Valencia almost did that. As you can see here, he took the ball, had the time, and hit it on his left foot. I probably could have took advantage of that time that he was given inside the box, turn on it, use his right foot, probably could have got the third goal. But the final score was 2-1 to United, walked away with the 3 points. And here is the group stage of the Champions League. Napoli are just a point behind my United side. And this was our next fixture in the Champions League. It was against Real Sociedad, the last fixture in the group stage. And if I didn't win this, or even if I drew this and Napoli was to pick up a win against Dortmund, which I didn't see happening, then United would not be going through to the knockout stage of the Champions League. Now, if you guys can cast your minds back to, I think it was the third or fourth video in this career mode, we absolutely thrashed Real Sociedad 4-0 away from home. And I wanted a repeat performance from my United side. Ashley Young on form again. And as you can see there, I was locked on to Robin Van Persie for some reason. I was pressing L1, trying to change players. And then right at the very last minute, it changed to Danny Welbeck. And that just allowed me then to run the ball just outside the box and smash the ball on the volley, making it 1-0 to United in the 10th minute. Was it going to be another one of those games against Real Sociedad? It's performances like that from Danny Welbeck which makes me question, should I be playing Danny Welbeck more than Wayne Rooney, slipping in just behind Robin Van Persie? Because in this game, them two seem to have a great partnership, a great understanding of attacking. And speaking of Robin Van Persie, he made it 2-0 thanks to a perfectly timed cross from Ashley Young in the 22nd minute. What a great header. He just stood there like stone, and I thought for a second the ball was just going to go wide, but it curled around the goalkeeper. And that was the full-time score, 2-0 to United against Sociedad. And here is the final scores of the final group stage games in the Champions League. Napoli drew against Dortmund. Can you just imagine if they managed to creep in another goal and beat Dortmund, and I lost against Sociedad? We wouldn't be going through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Our next and last fixture of this video, guys, is against Aston Villa in the Premier League. We're playing at Villa Park. We all know a team like Aston Villa whenever they find themselves in a sticky position in the league, they become an over 9,000 sort of team like Barcelona or Real Madrid. They become incredibly hard to overcome, try and grab goals against them. And for some reason that happened in this game, as you'll see in the upcoming highlights. This was my start 11. I went with De Gea, Rafael, Ferdinand, Evans, Vidic out due to lack of fitness. We've also got Phil Jones, Cleverley, Nani at Valencia, Wayne Rooney, and I decided to go with Hernandez again up front instead of Van Persie. He was out because of he was lacking fitness for this game. But because Hernandez put in a great performance in the Premier League against Newcastle in our previous fixture, so I thought, why not? And as it's becoming a bit of a habit, Aston Villa, the opposition, with a team to open up the scoring. It was Benteke that got ahead to the ball, pushing that one past De Gea, who should have done so much better after watching the replay. So it's Aston Villa, a goal to the good against my United side, so I needed to get back in this game. It was becoming ridiculous now when I was actually playing this. I was almost at raging point with the opposition always opening up the scoring. Nani swung it across, looking for Cleverley, who was making a run into the box, but the Aston Villa players were there in the matter of seconds. Crossed it in again, the ball fell to the feet of Valencia, but it was never going to go in. Guzan putting his whole body in the way and keeping the game at 1-0 for Aston Villa. I did bring on Ashley Young and also Robin Van Persie, hoping to bring extra pace to the team as well as a stronger attack because I desperately needed goals. I didn't want to lose all 3 points. Ashley Young, great chance on goal. Guzan saves, the ball falls to the feet of Nani. He strikes that just inside the box and the ball rockets off that post and Guzan collects the ball in the end. So it's still 1-0 to Aston Villa. Van Persie, another header, another cross into the box. Guzan, he was on form in this game. Sensational stuff from that goalkeeper. I'm surprised someone like Barcelona haven't picked him up, but Phil Jones found Van Persie and in the end he got the goal for United. It was 1-1, 74th minute. Take a bow, son. Van Persie, what a boss. He received the ball on his chest and then let the ball fall to the ground and half-volleyed that one into the corner of the net. Let's see that again in slow-mo. Ball comes in, off the chest, on the ground, bounces back up, half-volley, boosh. 1-1, and that was the full-time score. This Manchester United side walk away with just a point from Villa Park. Anyway guys, that is the end of this video. I do hope that you've all enjoyed it. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button and set it as a favourite. And also, don't forget to check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links can be found in the description below. And I will see you all in the next one. Oosh!